God morning, great people. Today we are in Ephesians 4, verse 1 and 2. Let's hop into it. All right, y'all. So Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. Paul is talking here. He's basically saying that, if you are saying that if you know what you're called to do and you're going to start walking in that calling, stick to be who you're supposed to be. Like for instance, if you're calling, if you're a pastor, right? Say you're a pastor, and a pastor is a shepherd who cares for his sheep, cares for his people, cares for the people of God. If that is what you are doing, and if that is who you are, when you're operating in the calling, when people see you being a pastor, you have to be that after service and before service and throughout the week. You cannot operate in a calling that calls for caring for people and being compassionate, and then after you leave church, or once the offering's been given, you can care less about what anybody has to say. You're not trying to reach out to people. You're not trying to hear people out. You're not trying to counsel people, pray for people. If people are not on your mind, and that is not the heart, but you have the call, you need to check the heart. Because if you are called to be something, called to do something, and you're not walking according to the calling that you've been placed in, then it's hard for people to receive what God has put in you to bless people. It's hard for them to receive it. They won't receive it. It's like pulling teeth. It's like a cop. It's like a cop, and he did something crooked at one point earlier, in the month, right? Or earlier this year. Yet he wants to be treated with respect and honored as if, he's done everything right and done his job to the best of his abilities. We know that's not true because we just saw you do something crooked. So why are we going to trust you to serve and protect if you over here being crooked and not even considering the law? You see how hard that is? You see why we have a problem with police today? And it's not like our community, but it's just people in general. It's because they were called to be, they chose to serve and protect and to abide by by guidelines. Our calling is the guidelines that we operate in. And so they've been called to guidelines to operate in, to serve and protect, right? Yet they're being crooked, or yet one of them, or a few of them, are being crooked. Guess what? Now we're categorizing all cops as potentially crooked. It's in them. It's like they can snap at any moment. You can get pulled over. You never know what's going to happen. That's the same. It's the same thing with operating your calling and walking worthily. It says, walk worthy of the vocation in which ye are called. If you're gonna be called and you say that you've been called by God to do something, A, do that, and be who you're supposed to be according to that call. Because it's easier for people to receive, it's easier for people to receive from somebody who they trust, someone who's integral, somebody who is, in the next verse it says, with lowliness and meekness of heart. Be humble with it. You got to carry the call with the most humble heart. Not false humility, not, oh, glory to God, and all this fishing for compliments, fishing for more compliments. No. Genuine humility, right? Humbling yourself, and really walking and relying on God to fulfill the calling that He's placed on your life. All right. And it says, forbearing one another in love. That means putting up with folks, putting up with people that may not always have it together, putting up with people that may have had a bad day, putting up with people that may have woke up on the wrong side of the bed, right? They may not have the best attitude. They may not be willing to follow you as their leader. They may not be, you know what I'm saying, they may not obey everything that you say, or they may not really respect what God has called you to say or what God has called you to be. Yet you have to respect them and continue to bear them in love, right? So, and I believe those three, the lowliness and meekness and the love, are parts of what allow you to walk in the calling that you're called in. But you have to keep it a buck. Be who you're supposed to be. If you're gonna talk about the calling that God has called you in, be ready to walk in it. Walking it every day. Because people are counting on you, people trust you, and that's why there's, church hurt. We all hear about it. It's church hurt, and people, they detach from God completely just because someone wasn't walking in their calling, or a lot of times just misunderstandings. But sometimes it's a pastor that that was underhanded, a pastor that wasn't fully integral and didn't apologize or wasn't trying to get it right with God and the people. Someone in the ministry that lost favor, and and no one's perfect, but if you're going to be called to do something, and everyone's called to do something, but if you're going to accept that call, be ready to have a lifestyle that matches that. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you all for the love and support. Turn on your post notifications if you haven't already. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All right, and I will see y'all on the next one. I love y'all. God bless y'all. And yes, if you're gonna talk the talk, be ready to walk that walk too. All right, I love y'all. God bless y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.